Another crazy week. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the fact that the GOP voted against having any sort of investigation, an independent commission, a congressional commission into what happened on 1/6. You know, the Capitol was attacked. That's not in dispute, right? What is in dispute is finding out the truth, because the GOP doesn't want the truth to come out. For the same reason they haven't taken Matt Gaetz off the Judiciary Committee. You think Matt Gaetz was the only guy who was trafficking in underage, women, girls? You think he was the only guy who was doing cocaine in the back room and having sex with sex workers? No, he wasn't. I guarantee you that was going down the whole time at Trump's hotel in D.C. Remember when the Gaetz scandal broke and they talked about Matt Gaetz was showing pictures of his conquest, so to speak, to other congressmen on the floor of Congress, and aides and stuff? He wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that to brag. He was doing that to find the people that were like, oh man, I'd take some of that. So he could be like, hey, I can hook you up. What are you doing this weekend? He was doing it the same way a drug dealer would be like, yo, I got some good stuff in my car. He was looking for other people to bring in on it because they use that as compromise. As I've said before, that's a Trump tactic. That's a Trump MO. So the attacks, and the reason they don't want to look into the attacks, because they know that was Trump's plan C. He was hoping that his people would go up there, would attack the Capitol. They'd be met with some resistance, right? There's some so-called, Antifa. It would get violent. His own people would probably end up killing somebody, God forbid. And then he would call in the military, right? But the pipe bombs didn't go off. Cops got hurt, but, Pence and Pelosi and those guys, thank God, got out of there safely. Trump was hoping for worse, and he was going to use his followers as cannon fodder. That's Trump's MO. He doesn't care about those people. They're just, they're disposable to him, expendable. But he wanted to create chaos and institute martial law. That was obvious from the beginning. That's why when he called Kevin McCarthy, he said, hey, I heard it was Antifa that was up there. Really? How'd you know that? Right? Because he already had what the party line was going to be in place. They were going to use it as an excuse to hold on to power.